Hey guys, into the end here. I am back with another event video. I have already uploaded one before this, I believe, or after. I don't know yet. I don't know what the order of the upload is. But I have two decks for the event. One of the decks is a super fast, aggressive Skycrag, um, sort of all-in aggro deck, and the second one is a much more interesting um, New Tomorrow deck. So the the idea for this deck is from one of my friends here, Faderman. He did 7-1 with this deck, and the deck looks super sweet. It is a three-color deck. It's a three-color ramp deck whose goal is to basically get to the very late game, and you basically play a New Tomorrow. Now, with this event, when you play a spell, you're going to play a random unit that has the same casting cost. But there's only one unit in this game that has a casting cost of 10, and that is the Scourge of Frost. Scourge of Frost Home, which is this unit here. So once you play New Tomorrow, your opponent will no longer be able to play any spells for the rest of the game, and usually that will prompt a instant concession. And even if your opponent sticks around, there's no way he can beat you at this point because he can no longer play anything else. The only hope that he has is that his current board position is strong enough to beat you. And that's very unlikely because this deck has a lot of value cards, a lot of card advantage, and most likely the board will be relatively clear because you've harsh ruled everything away, or you have more things than he does because there's a lot of echo cards, a lot of card draw. So it is unlikely that your opponent is going to have a stronger board state than you do when you play the New Tomorrow. So it's a very powerful deck. It's it goes very late, and it goes over top of pretty much anything else you can play in the event. So let's go through some of the card choices. Actually, let's not go through some of the card choices because this is not the deck that we're going to be doing the event with. I just wanted to mention it because he was the original creator of the deck that I know of, and I've tweaked his deck to my personal tastes, and this is the version that we're going to be running the event with. I took away his 8 of the Horu because I think 12 mana is too much, and you probably don't need it when you get to 12 lands. I also removed I don't remember what exactly I removed, but I removed some of his slower late game cards and played more early game cards. I think notable removals is the 3 Channel the Tempest that he had. I think if we have 8 power, I would rather just play 3 or 4 different spells that turn and clock up the board because one of the things that you lose to is if your opponent overwhelms you on the board position by having too many cheap, fast, aggressive units and you're falling behind. So I took the 8 power card away, even though it is a very powerful card draw. I think this deck has enough card draw as it is that you're never going to run out of cards in your hand. So let's go through some of the options here. The deck starts with 4 Mark of the Stranger, or Stranger's Mark. This is a concession to the current metagame where basically a lot of people are playing 0 power spells to get the Sand Warriors that are 3/3 units. There are many times where your opponent could start the game off with 2 or 3 of those 0 power 3/3s in play on turn 1. If you don't have some way to remove it, you're going to lose the game in 2 or 3 turns. So if you are a red deck, you would need Torches, and if you're not, well, I guess every deck should really run for a Stranger's Mark, just because, not because you want a 3/3 on your turn to attack with, but because you don't want to lose to all the decks that runs 0 power 3/3s. Seek Power, random 2 off just to help fixing a little bit because this is a 3-color deck and you will occasionally run into mana problems. Influence problems. 4 copies of Unstable Form. This card is actually yet another concession to the 0 power 3/3 Sand Warrior. If your opponent starts the game with a 3/3 in play, Unstable Form is actually really effective against it because if you turn that 0 cost unit into any 1 power unit in the game, it's probably going to be a 1/1 or a 1/2 or 2/1 at best. So you don't worry about you're not worried about 2/2s and 2/1s and 1/2s because those can easily be blocked by your 1 power, 2 power units. The reason why the Sand Warriors are so good is because they have 3 health, and nothing you play on the first 1 or 2 turns is going to be able to block it. And you also can't kill it with a lightning storm. But once you unstable form it into a random 1-drop, you're no longer worried about it. Unstable form is also randomly good on your own units because you're playing random units. A lot of the random units that you play are not going to be very good. So you upgrade it with unstable form, and you also get a 1-drop on top of that. So by playing unstable form on your own units, you're getting both an upgrade somewhere, well, possibly an upgrade, and you're also getting another 1-drop. So this really helps you develop a defensive board position so that you can slow down opposing aggressive decks. Backlash is straight up just a counter spell. Everybody is playing all spells, so this card is amazing. For Findaways, Findaway is great. we have to hit 10 power, so we need cards like this that will give us a lot of power. And also because it has Echo, a single Findaway will give us 2 power units, and another good way to clock up the board and not die. Herald Song is there for the same reason Findaway is there, or part of the reason why it's there. It helps us look for power. And if we do happen to be power flooded, we can discard the power, which is kind of nice. But it also is an Echo card that will give us 2 units for the price of 1 card. So that's very powerful. Lightning Storm is amazing in this format. Every game you play, there's going to be a huge number of random 1-2 unit power units with health of 2 or lower. And this card is a complete board wipe, not a complete board. This card will wipe off more than half of the board most of the time you play it. Very, very, very effective card in the current event. Privilege of the Rank, same as Findaway, getting us power. Secret Pages ramps us towards 10 power. These are here. Normally, decks that run ramp like this is really weak because then you're playing a spell that doesn't impact the board immediately. But in this event, playing these spells allows you to have a 3 power unit in play, which is just a very, very good use of these cards in the event. Wisdom of the Elders, just drawing cards. Reign of the Frogs is... I'm undecided on how great this card is. It is sometimes amazing when your opponent has a couple of very important key cards in their hand, and sometimes it's very lackluster. So the verdict is not yet out on this card, but I'm going to play with it and to see. I can see some pretty high potential upsides. And giving them 1/1 frogs is not a big deal because you have Lightning Storms, Harsh Rule, and you also have 2 Crystallized. This card is an all-star. Sometimes you don't even have to get to 10 power to play New Tomorrow. If you just have a bunch of random 2-3 power units in play and you crystallize your opponent, you can probably just beat him by attacking him over the course of 2 turns. So Crystallize is actually just a straight-up game-ending bomb in many situations. And if you're behind and your opponent has an overwhelming board, you can buy yourself an extra turn with Crystallize. And in this deck, buying yourself an extra turn or 2 sometimes is enough to win the game. Because if you have a lot of power, you can draw into things that allows you to draw new cards like Herald Song. You might draw into a Wisdom of Elders, which they can help you draw into a Harsh Rule. Or if you have a lot of power, you can maybe even wait until you draw into maybe the extra turn draws you into a Celestial Omen, which you then fetch a Harsh Rule. So there's a lot of things that this deck can do with an extra turn. So Crystallize sometimes defensively is not that bad. Harsh Rule is often needed to reset the board if your opponent has come out of the gates really hot. The Martial Ironthorn is... I know it's a little bit weird to play a unit that does nothing else, but in this deck it is important. Playing Martial and then playing a power immediately is really good because you're trying to ramp to 10 power as quickly as you can. If this is in play for a couple of turns, then you will be able to Celestial Omen for New Tomorrow and you win the game that way. So I think this is kind of an important piece of the puzzle here when you're playing a ramp deck. 2 Omens, it might be correct to play more copies of Omens. Omens is really amazing in this deck. Leaving behind a 6 power unit is usually a pretty powerful unit. And then being able to fetch any of your silver bullets, or not silver bullets, but fetch any card to deal with any given situation is very powerful. Very often you just go ahead and get the New Tomorrow, but also you would go and get the Harsh Rule in many situations. So this deck is super fun to play. I played this deck a little bit earlier already and didn't do too well. I had a version of this deck that was untweaked and didn't have the Lightning Storms in it. I played the Faderman's original version. I did, I think, 5-3 with that version, which I think is an decent finish, but I'm hoping for a 7x finish with this new version of the deck. So let's see how we do. I'm actually thinking of adding another Celestial Omen, and we'll just cut something else, like maybe one of the unstable forms. You know what? I'm happy with that. Let's put in one more Celestial Omen. Last minute changes, right? Okay, so let's jump into some games. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep all of these things to a single video if I can. I think my playlist is getting pretty clogged up with tons and tons of videos. It'll be a very long video, so maybe I will go through and put in timestamps for you guys so you know what when's the game. Oh, wow, this is a really bad hand. Okay, we can't keep this hand. A whole lot of nothing for many turns. I know they make 1/1s and 2/2s, but that's still a really weak hand. This is a much better hand, despite the fact that we have a 10 drop. What I really like about this hand is that we can make 2 3/3s if my opponent does anything. So if my opponent has an aggressive deck, this is a good answer. We also have one of every color land, which is pretty good for this deck. But I do need to draw some ramp cards right about now. We have 2 more turns to draw some kind of power or power ramp. But the good news is we have 2 3/3s that we can play anytime, and we also have a backlash. Okay, we're gonna let him have the Trailblaze. We want to counter a more impactful spell with backlash. Perhaps like a Mortar or an Obliterate or an opposing Crystallize is what we want to catch with backlash. Okay, so that is very good. We're gonna go ahead and make that's completely useless. Oh no, it's not. It makes my Martial Iron Thorns into 4 drops. But let's go ahead and make ourselves some 3/3s. That was the perfect draw. It gave us the lands that we desperately needed, and it gave us the units that we need, so that's really good. But we do need double blue to play Crystallize at some point. So my opponent has a turn here where I don't have backlash up, but there's not that many impactful 3 drops he can play, so I think I'll be okay. I think I really want to counter 5 and 6 power spells. But I'm doing good here. Yep. That's fine. No real value here. I think I would have attacked with a 2/2 first, and then play the piercing shot. Well, I really don't want to play this on my opponent's units, and I don't want to play on my 0 drops, because then they turn into 1 drops, which are definitely going to be worse than the 0 drop. So we're going to hold on to the unstable form here. Not the best draw. Okay. Turns one of these into a frog. I'm still okay with that. Because the 3/3 still holds back both his units, so I think my backlash can do better. Oh yeah. Easy block. My opponent's just throwing away a unit here. That's not very good. I guess I'll backlash that now. Just because he's putting more units onto the board and I kind of want to block. So yeah, this is okay. This is such a good... This is the best 2-drop in the game. Yes, that's exactly what I needed. Let's swing in. And I don't even know if I care about crystallizing him. The only good thing about playing Crystallize is I can then play in stable form onto my own unit and make it into a 7-drop. But my opponent's not doing anything. Whatever. This is pretty good because I kill some units. What just happened? Double a card's cost. Okay. I guess I'm gonna double the Tundra Explorer? But the Tundra Explorer's not doing anything. Lightning Strike is kind of mediocre. I guess I'll take the Lightning Strike. Because the Explorer has to attack, and it's a 3/3, and he's not going to be able to attack me with it, so I'm not afraid of it at all. So the Lightning Strike is the one that's going to kill my 4/4 flyer, so if he wants to hold up Lightning Strike, he can't play anything else this turn. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna make a flying unit here and then smash him. My new Tomorrow deck is actually doing a pretty good job just out-aggroing my opponent's aggro deck. Although, maybe it's not a true aggro deck because he plays with Tundra Explorers. The true aggro deck should be playing a ton of 0 mana spells. Okay. I'm not worried about this attacking me. He can draw a free spell off it if he wants to, but he's... Even if he draws a free spell off of this, it's dying to my 4/4, and he just wasted last turn playing 3 power to play this unit to die, to get another card. So it's actually a massive tempo loss. And also, wait, what? Shouldn't you do 1-1 attack? I think it's a big mistake for my opponent's part. Oh, no, that was the end of my turn. Sorry. I didn't realize that was the end of my turn. That makes sense. Yep. That's fine. So we know that he had the Rock Slide in his hand. But if he drew another one, we are in the danger of getting blown out here by another Rock Slide. But otherwise, he just has a Mortar in his hand, right? And the Mortar... Oh, what? Sure. This card's kind of sketchy. Okay, well, that's good. Piercing Shot, finishing off my 4/4 flyer. That's a good play. Okay. Let's see what we make. This is so good. Alright. Yeah, let's attack him with everything. He has to chump block this, because he can't let me just play all his units from his yard. That's a pretty good random 6-drop. Oh, my opponent's gonna time out pretty soon. Who's sending me this message? Alright. I guess that's fine. We'll keep that unstable form in case anything weird happens. Like my opponent gets like an amazing 7-drop or something. Or 6-drop. My opponent has a... Yeah, my opponent has 1 card in hand and nothing in play. I think he's dead. I could Lightning Storm and kill his board, but if he has a burn spell, he can kill my Argentport Ringmaster. And I also lose... Yeah, let's just attack him. Oh, of course he has a Lightning Strike. How did we not remember that? That's okay. It's still a 2-for-1 trade. I'm okay with that. Yeah, that seems fine to me. Yeah, so if I had Lightning Storm before the attack, it would have made no difference because he could still kill it with Lightning Strike. So there's no real major change there. I'm not going to use Lightning Strike because I'm losing 2 cards and he's losing 1. So that's a pretty poor trade. Oh, yep. That makes sense, because if he doesn't attack, he'll be dead next turn. So now he'll be at 1 when I attack him next turn. That's the only play he could make, but I can't see how my opponent comes back from this. I could risk it and see if I can get a 3-drop that gives me more power. Yep, it does. Alright. Sweet. We never did get to play New Tomorrow, but I think at this point of the game it was pretty clear that we've won. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably unlikely that I can squeeze all of the games into a single video because these games are very long. Unlike the last event that I recorded, where the games are really quick. This is a sketchy hand. If my opponent has a really fast aggressive deck, then I can die. But let's try it out. My opponent, one of the reasons is because my opponent mulliganed, so he now has a random hand. I think my odds are good that his random hand is slightly below average. Nope, it's not below average. It's good. Oh dear. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Well, that's good. He's just playing a 1-mana spell for a 1/1. That's fine. Okay, we're going to backlash his next spell. Maybe block the 1/1 if we are allowed to. And then next turn make some 3/3s. Yep. We'll take the 4. Alright, let's hope he doesn't have anything great. Oh, he has nothing to play. Oh, that's great for me. Hopefully my 3/3 can block his 3/3. In which case, question is, do I counter this? The answer is no. I'd rather put a unit into play. I'd rather get a power, because if I get the 5 power and if we can live to Harsh Rule, I think we'll win the game. Alright, this is a perfect blocker right here. This thing is never gonna die. So the question is, can we survive another turn? Because this comes into play depleted. That's kind of sad. Alright. I think we're in trouble here. Do I counter this or do I make... I think a secret page here because... No. Let's just counter it. Because I already have 5 power, I don't need the 6th one yet. And either way, I get a blocker. And most likely, it's just gonna chump block anyway. Oh, that's perfect. He doesn't want to lose his 1/1, but that also means I take 1 less damage. That's exactly what I needed. Yeah, let's just Harsh Rule his board. What is this? Oh, yep, not very good. Good. Now, let's hope that my opponent doesn't have too many good things in his hand. Oh, geez, it's a burn deck. Oh, no, this is bad. I could be dead to a burn spell, but there's nothing I can do about that. He could have a handful of just burn spells. I could be dead right here. Yep, I am. Very good. Okay. Yeah, burn decks are very powerful. Alright. All you needed was to get some random chip damage in early game, and then your burn spells can finish the game. Burn decks are definitely a good choice for this event as well. Alright, now we're totally dead to a bunch of 3/3s, but if he doesn't have 3/3s and he has a bunch of 2/2s, we are good. Alright, please no red, please no 3/3s, come on, one time. Okay, blue is good. I guess we'll play this one. And not Lightning Storm that 1/1. Okay, that's always going to be a 1. Oh, that's going to be a 3/1 when he plays a land. The question is it enough value now to use the Lightning Storm, or should I just wait longer? How greedy am I? If he plays a fire next turn, he attacks me for 4, I go to 20. I feel like that's acceptable. Oh no, okay. Well, we have to use this now just to mitigate some damage. Or we can just Wisdom of the Elders and block. That's another option. Because I'm not killing this anyway. Yeah, let's just wait. Let's see what we get with Wisdom of the Elders. And then regroup on the following turn. Here's a 0 to cast spell. There we go. Okay. Uh-oh, this is gonna be painful. Can I survive to 5 power? Let's find out. I'm gonna double Lightning Storm next turn, and that'll clear his board. Wow, this is literally the best unit I can get. This is this really is the best unit I can possibly ask for. Wait, let's kill the 2-1 here. Yeah, let's kill the 2-1. Well, that is... I'm not gonna lie, I've gotten really lucky with some of these random spells. So now I don't even know if I need to Lightning Storm, because I can just do this, and then we will Secret Pages, so that we have 5 power next turn for Harsh Rule, so I don't need to do it anymore. And his units are much weaker. Yep, that's fine. He can't even attack me right now. That's how good my board position is. I may not even have to Harsh Rule. Let's see what we make with a 3/3 here, with a 3 power here. My opponent does have a lot of cards in his hand though, so this is going to be a very grindy matchup. He has a lot of value cards. He's not so much aggressive as he is just pure value here. Yep, that is more than fine. More things to kill with Lightning Storm, I suppose. Yep, that gives me the second green that I need. But, oh wow, now I'm really not... Now I really don't want to Harsh Rule. I think I'm more than happy just using Lightning Storm here. If I attack with this and this, what would he do? Because I want to kill these 2 units. Not with this one. Actually, I don't want the Warcry trigger either, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just attack him with this one. Let's, So he has no way to attack me right now. Let's just go ahead and use Rain of Frogs. Oh no, I can't use Rain of Frogs. He has Aegis. Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's draw 2 cards and see what we get. Ooh, I can make this thing flying? Seems good to me. Oh, perfect. We can even leave up the Backlash. We definitely don't have the Lightning Storm then. Because his board is super weak right now. If we can Backlash any spell he plays and Lightning Storm away his board, we're in... Oh, that's... too... Oh no, we can Unstable Form this and then Lightning Storm because we really don't want a flying deadly units in play. What an interesting game. Yeah, this event mode is super interesting. You get to see a lot of things that you normally don't get to see. Sure. Block, I guess. I guess I could have just killed these units if I blocked this way. I don't know why I did that. That was pretty poor decision making on my part. I mean, they'll die anyway when I Lightning Storm, but... What is my opponent doing now? Is he thinking of Lightning Storming? What? That's so funny. Do I let him? Do I care? Because I was gonna Lightning Storm. No, let's just counter it. This will get rid of his Aegis, which is what the reason why I'm doing it is because the Backlash will get rid of the Aegis, and then I can Rain of Frogs him next turn. So that's the primary reason for why I did it. Because otherwise, I was gonna Lightning Storm my way anyway. So this is purely beneficial for me. So I think the first things first is we Rain of Frogs him. Take a look at his hand, and then we'll make some decisions afterwards. My opponent's lagging out. Not good, not good. Is a torch in his hand, I'm guessing? Neither of these cards matter. I guess we'll get rid of the mark. Let's make it into a random 3-drop. It's probably not going to be as good as this. Oh, it's a pretty good units, but we're going to go ahead and hit him for 7. So now we don't even need to harsh rule or do anything for that matter. We're gonna destroy our opponent in the air, 8 damage per turn. We'll save this unstable form for next turn, because what we can do is we can use it on our patrol here, make it into a 5-drop and upgrade it. Or we can use it on his 2/5 when he hits 7 power, because I don't really want him to draw my cards. And he's got nothing. All his units are really bad, and our units are quite good. Okay, if it flying just so he's just cycling through to get more cards at this point, which is more than fair. So let's go ahead and smack him for 8. I'm actually inclined to not use the unstable form anymore, because if he wastes his entire turn drawing a card, then I think I just kill him. So yeah, let's not worry about it. Oh wow, a Firemane, a Noble Firemane, that's a really good card to have. Let's just keep ramping here. Yeah, so he dies this turn, I think, because what happens is I can Lightning Storm, and most of my units will survive, but most of his units will die, so he'll definitely die to my attack next turn. Wow, that was a lengthy game. Maybe we'll record one more and then do the other video separately. So we've won 2 games without ever playing the New Tomorrow. It's a little bit anticlimactic there, but this hand is too slow. I can't rely on the Lightning Storm to stabilize the board if my opponent has a bunch of 3/3s in play. Oh, we are not able to play the Secret Pages, but we do have quite a few turns to draw into it. We have 3 turns to be exact. Our opponent's playing a slowish control deck. Those kind of decks is good against mine, because if he sabotages me, then I would have only 1 New Tomorrow left in my deck. So he's just sitting on removal spells. We're happy to do nothing. Oh, we should have done that and then play 2 3/3s. That was kind of silly of me. That was pretty silly of me. Wait, nope. I would have just turned this into a 1/1. That's kind of funny. Alright. That's a good unit to have. He'll grow every turn. Okay. It's already a stranger, which is pretty funny. And we turn this into a stranger so that when he plays a land, my stranger grows as well. That's kind of funny. It's a pretty funny interaction there. Oh, he's playing real units. Wow. That's weird. Alright, we're like most of the way there to playing our New Tomorrow. Maybe this is the first game that we're gonna play where we can get New Tomorrow. I'm kind of excited about that. Yep. It's now. This just randomly got 2 strangers, so then these. Wow. Every time he plays a land? What? Wait. My opponent is playing a real deck. That's really weird. Okay, well in that case, let's just do that. Oh! That is so funny. That is so funny. We almost killed him in 1 turn. Oh, jeez, that was so funny. So he has 3 blockers and I have 5. So 2 units will get through. So he dies no matter what he does here. It doesn't really matter, I think. But let's start with a Secret Pages. Why not? If I can get a haste creature, then I win this turn. But if I don't get a haste creature, oh, I do get a haste creature. All right then. Oh yeah, he's so dead. That game was hilarious. We still don't get to play the new Tomorrow though. So it turns out this deck doesn't need it at all. Turns out all you need is like infinite echo cards and a random crystallize. Oh, that game was fun. Alright, that was a pretty quick game, so let's do another one. This hand is kind of sketchy, but the final ways is going to give me the green that I need. I am first, so yeah, we'll just hope that our opponent doesn't have too many 3/3s on the first turn. If he plays a slower deck, then we win for sure. Our last opponent is not playing an event deck though. He's just our last opponent is just playing a regular deck. He has regular units in it. One possibility is he just clicked on the wrong deck when he played. I almost did that earlier. 2, he didn't read the event. Oh, he's really thinking about it. If I was him, I would take probably the Rain of Frogs if he's worried about losing a card in his hand. But the Omen is the most powerful card. But he takes the Wisdom of the Elders. Sure. Let's get a green here. Oh, no! No. So stupid. Alright, let's take a deep breath and slow down a little bit here. I lost 3 damage and 3 life for no reason there. Very poor play. Let's get another green, I suppose. That was very poor. But the good thing is, this 2/1 can block. What? Oh no. Oh no. He left me with the Celestial Omen though. That's pretty good, but I have no other cards in my hand. All lands. Okay, well that's... As far as all lands go, that's a pretty good top deck. Because next turn I Harsh Rule, following turn I Omen and make a comeback? No more Sabotage, please. Okay. The last time I played this deck, when I Harsh Ruled, I made a Macto, and then Destiny the Macto. That was pretty sweet. Wait, was that on camera? No, I don't remember. Okay, so my opponent has a handful of burn spells. I lose if there's just a bunch of burn spells here. Sure, let's make a unit. So what I'm gonna do here is most likely Omens for another Omens. Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna Omens for another Omens most likely, and then chain it into another Omens. So then basically getting free 6 power units every turn. No, let's see what we get. Yeah, I think I will get Omens here. Wait, what was in my hand? I don't get a choice? Oh, alright. Sure, let's attack him for 4. I think we're gonna play both our flying units this turn instead of Omens, because if he hits me down to 5 and he has a Literate, he actually just kills me. Whereas this way, I can at least block. Who's talking to me? Whatever. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I'm still taking damage, which is fine. I need a way to clear the board next turn. So let's take a look at what we have that's the best on the... So I'm actually thinking of just grabbing a Lightning Storm. I think the Lightning Storm would do it. I got another Piercing Grief. So I have 2 Piercing Grief on my deck. Top X cards. I can gain 6 life off of them, bringing me to 11. That would be great. Oh dear, I'm dead to a torch. Oh well, whatever. I can't do anything about that. Fingers crossed I get my piercing greaves soon. It's the best I can do. Please, no burn spells, please. No, he top decks a torch. Oh man, that was... You know what lost me this game? What lost me this game was the lack of gaining 3 life off that piercing greave on the second turn. If I had attacked and gained 3 life, I would have been at 5, and I might have won that game. That mistake cost me the game. That feels pretty awful. Well, let's just keep going. We'll make this video long. I mean, if I lose one more, I'm done anyway, so... Yeah, so that last game, I lost entirely because of my own fault. And that is the worst feeling. I should really slow down a little bit. Who sent me this message? I can't see it. Let's see, which one should we play? Let's play this one. Since blue is our primary color and we want to hit double blue in case we draw blue cards. Double blue cards like Wisdom of the Elders, but I don't think it matters too much. Yep, it does not matter too much. So let's play this one. My opponent has also got a slow value deck, it looks like. 3 colors. I guess we'll sit here and do nothing for a while. Yeah, this card is useless in games like this, but it's, I still think, a worthwhile card to include in your deck. I think every deck needs to play it, just so you don't get overrun by decks that are built around 0 casting cost cards. I'm still very bitter about my last loss, because I would have loved to get to 10 power and play New Tomorrow. Okay, fair enough. He's also waiting for waiting for a stranger. Sure. Let's go ahead and ramp right now. We don't need to play this harsh rule because we have a very good board position. And when we draw one more power, I can Omens. And once I start chaining the Celestial Omens, actually, I should maybe play 4 copies of the Celestial Omens. Chaining Omens into Omens is ridiculously good in this format. Oh, hey, Zenon Obelisk. That's not a good attack at all. You're trading a better unit for a worse unit. Okay, okay. Yep, I'm perfectly happy smashing with both. He's gonna block here, but I'm okay with that. He'll take 3. So what do I Omens for here? I have another Omens in my hand. Wonder if I just go ahead and grab a Martial Ironthorn. And after that point, all I need is 2 power to get to 10, and then I Omens for the New Tomorrow and win the game. Or do I go and Omens for a Echo card to get some value out of it? Like, say, Omens for a Find a Path, and that will get me 2 more units, and 2 more power as well. That thing is pretty big. Should I kill it? Let's see what I get with my Celestial Omen. Oh, wow. Alright. Now I really want to get a Find Away. Huh. Okay, I want to get Martial Ironthorn here because if we draw a power next turn, we play Martial and play the power right away. That is just infinite value. Just hoping our opponent doesn't have a removal spell, but that's pretty hopeful. Yep. Pretty hopeful. sure. Let's get rid of his board. We have a very good hand. I don't mind this game going a little later. Oh hey, look. When I harsh rule and this unit gets created, I don't actually trigger the summoning ability. That's noteworthy. Whoa, he just made it Heart of the Vault with the 6-drop. That's gotta be like the luckiest. That's gotta be one of the best possible thing you can get with a scouting party there. The good news is I can still harsh rule. Hey, it's got revenge. Perfect. Wait, mistakes were made. I should not have played that land. Mistakes were made. Oh, mistakes were made. Because we could play next turn and get 2. And if I played the land next turn, it would have been a non-depleted land because of the Marshal, and I would be at 8, leaving me behind 3 extra power to play. I could have done both the Marshal and the Wisdom of the Elders together. That's so unfortunate. This is not good. How do I win this game? So I Marshal and then do nothing. I block one of his units and take a bunch of damage. I can backlash something, and then on the following turn, Omens for a harsh rule? Or do I just go ahead and do I just go ahead and Wisdom and hope? No, we play the Marshal here. Let's see what happens. Because playing the Wisdom of the Elders leaves me with 4 power, and 4 power can't play anything relevant. I mean, I could draw 2 Lightning Storms together, but that's pretty unlikely, I would say. So he's drawing 3 cards here. I'm taking 12. Ooh, this is rough. Wait. Oh, never mind. I'm dead. I forgot to count this 5-8. Well, that was stupid. And there ends my run. Ah, man. I made some terrible mistakes, because if I didn't play that land and I played the Marshal and a land and then Wisdom of the Elders right away, I would have 2 blockers and I would have survived. And who knows what I would have drawn the following turn and what the Wisdoms got me. Because if I got a harsh rule or something, oh, that was brutal. I played very badly, but my opponent also got pretty lucky with this scouting party. It's like scouting party into Heart of the Vault is pretty insane. I really like my opponent's deck with Zenith Initiation. When both players are just playing a bunch of random units, the person whose units are +2/+2 bigger is usually going to win the game. So I really like that inclusion in his deck. But yep. So there we have it. We're 3-3 with the deck. We've never played a single New Tomorrow. That's kind of unfortunate. But I think that's just the way it is. It's 10 to cast. A lot of games are finished before you get to 10 power, win or lose. Alright, well, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. So I've done the event with both a super fast aggressive deck and a more of a slower, fun, gimmicky deck. If you're trying to climb the ladder ranks, I highly recommend giving the other video a look-sees. The red-blue aggressive deck is really, really powerful, and I highly recommend it. And I think that's pretty much all I have to say. As always, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, give me a like or a thumbs up, or subscribe for more content.